I could not sleep last night. I was up till 2 in the morning.
I didn't sleep very well.
I felt caffeinated. And I didn't have any coffee. Was not even tired.
Maybe you need a melatonin.
I don't know if I was just high on adrenaline from talking to James. I don't know.
Oh, his energy seeped through you, and then you're just like, ready to go.
I was like, this is why he does all these things, because he has all this energy.
I would like to know where it comes from. And can we bottle it up and ship it my way? Because I need some. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Queers and Soaps. I am one of your hosts, Aaron, and I'm joined by my fabulous co-host and partner in crime, Tommy.
Hello.
And today we are finishing our discussion. I know it feels like it's been forever, of the TV show that's gone too soon, Titans. These are the last 5 episodes we're going to discuss. And I've got to say, I'm shocked it didn't continue. It was actually starting to find a little bit of its groove, in my opinion.
I feel like every time we revisit this show, I'm liking it more and more. The episodes got better and better. I didn't always think the plot points made sense.
Oh, yeah.
But it was trash TV, but it was good trash TV. It kept my attention. It was entertaining. We finally found out why, what's her name? Victoria Principal.
Gwen
and Richard got divorced. He had a mistress.
Mm-hmm. Which I kind of already thought. I mean, I just kind of figured that it's probably something that happened to ruin their marriage.
See, I wasn't sure because they were so civil. I was just like, what happened?
Yeah, no, I was like, there had to be something like that because they were just so, like you said, civil in all the other aspects of their lives. I'm like, what could it have been? My only other thought was maybe Chandler's real parents. Maybe they had a disagreement on something there.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. I actually forgot Chandler was adopted.
I dare say that I have never seen you look better.
What do you want, Heather?
I talked to Jack. He told me everything.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, Gwen, you don't have to be coy. I already know. About the other night, I know it all.
Oh, he told you, did he?
Yes. He was like an excited little schoolboy. I mean, he just couldn't keep it in. About the other night, how you had a couple of drinks, and one thing led to another, and you ended up in bed. And the next morning, you said it was all a big mistake.
I see. And you got all of that from Jack.
Every last delicious detail.
He told you nothing.
What am I, clairvoyant?
No, you're playing a nasty little game, Heather. You're a dealer, and your drug of choice is gossip.
Why don't you just admit it? You're a woman. Period. You have your needs. Period.
You destroy people's lives. Period. I want you to stay out of my life, out of my children's lives, out of Jack's life.
You don't have that power.
Watch me. Period.
I gotta say, I love the Gwen and Heather bitchiness towards each other. Victoria Principal was so much fun to watch.
I know.
When she sent in, when Heather was embezzling and she got arrested and Gwen's like, no, I did that. I was like, ooh, girl.
Mrs. Williams, I'm so sorry.
Miss Williams? Heather Williams?
Yes.
We have a warrant for your arrest.
What charges?
Fraud, grand theft.
This has got to be a joke.
Unfortunately not.
No, this is ridiculous. What the hell are you doing?
You're under arrest.
Just don't worry about a thing. I'll call our attorneys. You'll be out in a couple hours.
Which one of you did this? Who did this? Sam? Peter?
Yes. It was me, Heather.
Bitch!
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to speak.
This is where I feel like some of the plot points didn't make sense. Because an episode before, Heather found on the stairs, lost the baby. Chandler, I was trying to remember his name. Chandler was like pissed at her for lying to him again to get him to the motel. Like that's why he like ran off. He's like, I'm never gonna believe you again. And then, okay, I get it. They were mourning the loss of the child, whatever. Which that episode ended with them mourning the loss of the child through the loss of a stray dog that got hit by a car. But okay.
Which I was like, that dog was pretty okay when y'all picked. I mean, which I know it's TV, so
They were like, we didn't even get to know it. I'm like, I see what you guys are doing. You're laying it on really thick.
yeah, they were. And then next thing you know, they're a full blown couple, and don't
Yeah,
care.
full-blown couple saying, but we have to hide it, but being publicly coupling, like dancing, kissing, and I'm like, are we hiding it or are we not hiding it? Like, this doesn't make sense. And then they're doing that publicly, but then sleeping together with the, what do they call it, the intercom on, and being like, oh my god, people know. Of course they know. The way you were acting, dancing with each other, kissing, like, who cares?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, whatever.
I thought it was interesting. Aaron Spelling has a thing, I guess, about pools and someone falling in and hitting their head, because I feel like that happens a lot in his shows.
It made me think of Donna when she hit her head in season 9.
Oh, I was thinking of Brooke, season 4 of Melrose. Well, and then so, but she recovered very quickly from head to the she drug overdose and hitting her head. I was like, girl came back stronger. I felt like.
Yeah, when in that episode when she was doing coke, I was like, I thought she was an alcoholic. Now we're doing cocaine, okay. And then she's walking by the pool, and she's like, I'm so high. Like she had to tell us. Okay, I get it.
I'm so wasted! Woo! Oh, good. Oh.
And then when they try to kind of blame the party for the reasoning that happened, I'm like, the party is probably what saved her.
Yeah, having all those people there.
Some girl ran out.
I do not like that little girl, Faith. Is that her name?
Oh, yes. No, I don't like her either. Which I don't care for Ginny either.
Who?
Ginny, that's the sister that fell in the pool.
Oh, Jenny?
Yeah.
I thought you were saying Ginny.
Oh, I may have said Ginny. Oh, well.
But she actually got more interesting after the pool. No. Wait.
To me,
after the pool, after her coma.
That little love triangle was, to me, one of the worst love triangles I've ever seen.
I thought they were going to kill Jenny off. I was like, they probably realized she's a dud. We should just kill her off. And
there was no chemistry whatsoever between any of those three.
Yeah.
I didn't feel it. I felt like all three of them could go away and I would be totally fine.
Yeah, they were my least favorite part of the show. Even more so than I would rather watch the two kids than them.
Exactly how I felt. I was when she felt like,
because I was thinking about when this came out in 2000, and like the OC came and One Tree Hill came out like 3 years later.
It's crazy.
And it's interesting to see how different teenagers are portrayed within 3 years on primetime TV.
Mm-hmm. Well, it actually probably those teenagers on Titans seemed a little bit more teenager age-wise than, of course, our One Tree Hill characters.
That's true, because they weren't the main focus.
I think that Kevin Zeiger, whatever, I think he's your age.
Yeah, I think so.
He was, so in 2000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he was on Gossip Girl.
Mm-hmm. I thought he was a little too old to be on Gossip Girl, but whatever.
Once again, have to say, love the Peter and Heather interactions. They were definitely building to something.
Have you forgotten our little arrangement? I own you, remember? Lock, stock, and dare I say, barrel. Unless, of course, you've had a change of heart.
No change of heart.
Well, good. Then keep Samantha's pretty little nose out of my business. Or else that low-rent actress that you hired to play your first love is going to come back for an encore, only this time Maureen's going to play herself.
You have to understand, there's only so much I can do. Samantha is out for blood.
Peter, please stop sniveling. It's really pathetic.
All right. I'll try everything I can to keep Samantha under control. But I'm warning you. Hell hath no fury like a woman whose job has just been stolen from under her.
Oh, don't you try and blame your pitiful little plight on me. You're the one who put yourself in this position. You're the one who traded power for love. Now, why don't you be a good whipping boy and let Mommy give you a kiss goodnight? Payback's a bitch.
She certainly is.
The best thing they did was give the father a heart attack and bring Peter on.
No, Peter's the son. Jack is the uncle.
Oh, Jack. The best
Jack
thing.
play Peter on Melrose, please.
The best thing they did was get rid of Richard and bring on Jack, the uncle. He brought that kind of like just. It is what it, that.
I never was attracted to Jack Wagner. I could appreciate that he was a handsome man. But I don't know. Watching these episodes, I was like, I don't like Jack Wagner. I can see.
Yeah, I'm too busy staring at Casper.
Casper.
That's Chandler.
Oh.
His real name is Casper.
Oh, I did know that, but I wasn't thinking.
I just thought it was funny to say. So, I've always been a fan of his since that little bug movie.
What bug movie?
Starship Troopers or something.
I never saw that.
Oh, they're killing big bugs and.
Wasn't Denise Richardson that also?
Yes.
That should be one of our Queers Night Out movies.
I won't go tell you. I'll be like, they killed bugs. The other time, he shown abs. No, he's a very attractive man.
So yeah, Heather and Peter, the brother.
Okay.
They definitely were building to something there. Definitely.
I would have rather saw them as a team.
I think they were going there too, because even in the last couple of episodes, they had their they were mean to each other, but in a more playful, this is just something we do kind of way.
See,
not much like I hate you kind of way.
If this was set today, I would have Peter be gay, because I feel like Heather needs if she had that gay friend where they could just where they could just take on the world, and it's just feel like it'd be really fun to see.
Did you love the little? Okay, first of all, I said this before. The previews give away the best parts of each episode.
Yes, it does. That is the one thing about that show. I'm like, why did I just watch the episode? I could have just saw the preview.
And I think it's because they knew we got to show them the crazy parts to get more viewers.
See, that's
they showed this cat fight with Heather and Samantha.
That was good.
And literally the next episode opened with that scene.
Bitch!
You looking for me?
Yes, as a matter of fact. I would love an explanation.
What, too revealing? Oh, I kept telling them over and over this wasn't Playboy. Oh, definitely too much boobage.
The boob is me for allowing you back into this company.
I believe it was Jack's decision that we co-run it, Samantha. And if you bothered to read the article...
I don't need to read it. You're trying to take credit for what I've accomplished.
Dear heart, may I remind you that what's good for Dress 2K is good for us both.
Peter's right about you. You'll even use a tragedy like your miscarriage to leverage your way back into our good graces.
You're a numbers cruncher, Samantha. I have panache.
You're an outsider. And this job is just your way to keep the W on your monogram pajamas.
Like you're not after the same thing? You get rejected by Chandler, your mentor Richard dies, and you're just fighting your way to keep part of it all. Truth is, Samantha, you can dress it up all you want, but you're nothing more than a tasteless hanger-on.
Hey, what is this?
She started it! She attacked you, lady! You're starting a fire behind your sweet ass I am!
All right! Heather, I suggest you get moving. Live to fight another day and all that.
I tried to make this work, Peter. I really did.
Good night, Heather.
I think you have to. And I think we've mentioned this before. You have to earn the crazy.
Yeah.
So that's the one thing that I think Titans didn't do well is they didn't earn the crazy. So and they had some characters that just could have been cut and had some kind of different version of those three. I would have actually been okay if Samantha wasn't there.
I started to like her in these last 5 episodes. Her character changed.
Yeah.
I feel like she's out for vengeance against Heather, and
see that's more fun.
Did you see Heather punch Peter in the gut during that scene when he was separating them? I was like, oh my god.
And the thing, this is jumping. Well, we do this all the time. It doesn't matter. When Peter takes Samantha to that house, is like, this is the girlfriend that got away, pretty much, and blah blah blah. I was like, oh, it's good to see a different side of Peter. I
thought that too, and then I was like, is he faking this?
I was thinking, okay, maybe it's like a Nathan Haley thing where you think Nathan's just this jerk, and then he meets the right girl and he's able to change. Peter's like, nah, I'm not changing. He's like, I like who I am. I'm just going to.
I've seen that actress that played the actress pretending to be his first love on other Aaron Spelling stuff. I think she was on 90210. She may have been on Pacific Palisades, not sure. And I saw her on General Hospital back when I was watching one of Vanessa Marcel's returns. But she had a great line too. She said something like, you have this weird, erotic thing with your stepmother.
Hey, Peter.
Maureen. I believe this is called breaking and entering.
Door was open. I didn't break anything. Yet. Stepmom's piece of work. Did you read this article? It's a chop job.
My assessment as well. But I'm sure you have a point. So get to it.
The $10,000 she gave me. I bet she doesn't even miss it. Not with all the companies that your family owns. And you. You were really cheap. And I think it's time you coughed up some more cash. I'm thinking $50,000.
Oh, not a chance. Our deal is already completed. I don't renegotiate.
This kind of publicity's bad for business. And I'm sure you don't want me telling the press how the Williams family's a freak show, do you?
It's not exactly a newsworthy item.
You want to bet? Tabloids are going to eat it up. I will give them pictures of our fake love nest where you took your girlfriend to see me and my fake baby. And I'll tell them about how you and your stepmother have this weird kinky vibe and you just can't stay away from each other.
You are way in over your head, my dear.
No, you are the one that's going to get buried, my dear. Life's twisted that way. Things don't always work out the way you expect. Take me, for example. As an actress, I couldn't catch a break. And then here you come with the role of a lifetime.
They had some really good one-liners when it came to Heather and all of that. Characters like that.
So the ending was kind of a disappointment.
Okay, I'm not a fan when they do this on shows too. It's like there's no build up. Like Heather's nightmares all just hit. I would think she would have had a few nightmares here and there or something.
Yeah, they just magically started appearing the last 2 episodes. Yeah.
Boom, Or now it would have been different if they would have met that guy at the restaurant first and should have mentioned her past life and then started having the dreams because it made her think about that. But having the dreams first, then I thought if it would have been swapped, it would have worked a little bit better.
The ending scene with the phone call with the sorry wrong number was creepy and it made me want more a little bit. I was like, what happened? Who is it?
Well, whoever's coming into her room, and that's who it is, I'm sure, but I'm assuming
it would have been. It probably would have been the guy from the restaurant because now he knows she's in town messing with her.
I still think it was a father, uncle, son. Because it had that Melrose Place season 2 vibe, where we find out Allison was.
Yeah. Do you think he molested her?
That's what I'm thinking.
The nightmares were actually giving me Valerie vibes when she was having. Do you remember her having the nightmares?
Yes.
They had a whole episode of her, like, she couldn't sleep. She kept reliving the suicide, which ended up being her murdering him 3 seasons later. But that's what I was taking away from that. It was probably a storyline that was supposed to make us endear to Heather because she had been such a villain and kind of feel bad for her.
Give her some human aspect where we don't just think she's a bitch.
But honestly, I was here for her just being a bitch.
Oh, I was too. I was like, girl, you want to, you know,
She was unapologetically a bitch from the pilot on, like, for no reason, and I loved it.
I was gonna say that's why I loved her, because she didn't care. She's like, no, I know I'm a bitch. Go with it.
I think she was my favorite character. Well, yeah, her and Peter.
Yeah, I would say the same. It would probably go Heather, Peter, Gwen, then Chandler. Chandler is one of those characters. If he's not connected to Heather, he's boring.
Yeah, you're just saying it because you think he's hot.
Well, no, that's what. But I just said he's boring if he's not connected to Heather. Because otherwise, he would be like, if Heather wasn't there, his storyline wouldn't. I didn't care about that plane he was building.
No,
I did think it was very interesting how he just, you know, Heather, you don't do this, or, you know, when they're at first, like, how she sometimes get grilled for stuff that she does is wrong, but then he found some money for his plane project, and he's like, "Oh, no, it's okay. I spent the money. We'll figure it out."
But that's kind of typical of Aaron Spelling show. Plot over.
Yeah. Aaron Spelling shows aren't known for character development.
Yeah. It's whenever the storyline of the week is.
Which I'm not complaining. I love his show, so.
I'm sad to see it go once again. We're finally closing this chapter
I
on
know.
our very first Gone Too Soon series. We did kind of slip in Malibu Shores as the second one, but like
We did. But that was a short. Well, no, that was almost the same length. So.
Yeah.
I feel like
this probably couldn't. We probably didn't need to divide this up into 3 episodes, but
we were trying to stretch it out.
we were trying to make it live a little longer.
Yeah, because now it's gone again. I'm glad.
Maybe in a few years we'll rewatch the whole thing and then just talk about it.
Changes. I mean, I'm glad we watched it because I've always wanted to see. I always wanted to see it. Because it's one of those things when I'm looking at soaps, it was one that was there, but you couldn't really find anything about it because
it was Gone Too Soon.
Yeah, and it wasn't popular enough to get a DVD release.
Yeah. So I looked for that for years.
I used to follow this site called TV Shows on DVD.com, and I remember always looking at the news, seeing what shows were coming out, and I would get so excited.
Yeah, me too. That's how I knew when my Buffy DVDs were coming out.
Yeah, me too. But I will say, I need Yasmin Bleak to be in something else. I like her. I didn't know.
She hasn't worked in like 17 years, 15 years.
Ooh, girl, it's time to come back.
She must be retired.
Because I'm shocked they didn't get a little bit longer. I mean, maybe not a season 2, but the fact that it didn't live for 22 episodes, I'm a little shocked.
It felt more like a Fox show.
It did, and that I think, yeah. And at the time, I bet it would have probably lasted a little bit longer if it was on Fox.
Especially since Fox had Melrose and 90210.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they would have gave it more of a shot. And maybe it wouldn't have been so crazy off the bat. I feel like they were just scrambling week to week. Like, we got to do something. We need to get more eyeballs.
Mm-hmm. But its downfall was NBC picking it up. NBC just does not do soaps well.
So how would you rate it? Letter or number? What should we do? Letter?
I'm going to go with letter. I would rate it a B-.
That's up. I was gonna say C+, so.
Because I enjoyed it enough to keep going. To me, a
I
series,
enjoyed the trashy, campy
yes,
stuff. Yeah.
because even like the episodes we watched weren't the best quality, so I still continued even through those spots. So that's why I'm giving it a B. Had I just been like, no, what, screw this, then it would have been a C.
Yeah. I was gonna say C plus, but I'll bump it up to yours.
I could do 79.5,
Okay.
and then then it gets that C rating, but then we can round it to B.
It was giving me like Melrose Place, like a more modern Melrose Place vibe, and that's why I liked it.
There are many times I felt like I was watching Melrose Place. Just like all the original characters had left, and this is what was left. And Peter came back after them faking his death and became Jack.
And he brought Pam Ewing along with him. Pam Ewing was presumed dead, but she was really, she thought she was Gwen.
Could you imagine if we did like the superhero type things in like a multiverse of soap operas and then just took our favorite characters and put them in the same universe?
Yeah.
And oh my gosh, could you imagine Alexis and JR going at it?
With Abby Ewing in the mix also.
And then, Heather or Amanda being Abby's daughter.
Amanda. Oh, Amanda.
Like, ooh, the drama.
Well, Sue Ellen played her mom on Melrose.
That's true. So see, it's none of our stretch.
All right, now we're going off the rails. We're about to get canceled. So thanks everybody for joining us for our conclusion to our Gone Too Soon Titans. R.I.P. again.
And we'll be picking another one soon, but we're not going to let you know just yet.
I have some ideas, but we'll see what happens.
I've got a few ideas too.
Okay.
That's a little bit like newer realm too. Well, within the last 20 years. I keep thinking the early 2000s were like just 10 years ago. Because it's just in my mind, the 90s was the last decade.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So, but if you enjoyed this video, like it, share it, comment, let us know what you think. And subscribe
to our YouTube channel. And we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone.